Hi, gozaimasu, konnichiwa, konbanwa, wherever you're at in the world, welcome to Last Raps Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. The commentary and views are our opinions and are not affiliated with the NPB, Pacific League, Central League, or their sponsors. We are giving English reports on the game being played and hope that English-speaking fans around the globe can enjoy the games on YouTube and Twitch along with us. This one here is ready to get underway. We'll give you the lineups as we move along, but the starting pitcher for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, Motaro Kirishima, has completed his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one underway straight away. It is going to be Suzuki Genda leading it off for the Lions. He steps in against the left-hander, and the first pitch of the ball game is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to first. It's fielded neatly by the first baseman, Ginji. He flips it over to the pitcher covering. And just like that, with one pitch, there is one away on a ground out to three. Out number one here in the top of the first inning. So one up and one away. And that is going to bring up Seiji Kawagawa. For Kawagawa on the season, he's batting .254. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. He hits from the left side against the left-handed throwing starter Kirishima for the Golden Eagles. So lefty against the lefty. We noticed this before, that they really don't care, or they really don't seem to care about these type of matchups. So here we go. Here comes the offering from Kirishima. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is no balls and 1 strike. Our friend Living Room says that we're buffering a little bit here. So hopefully we can get this one going here. There is a breaking ball that just misses, and the count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. So let me know if you're there. I can't quite see everything if it's that or not. It looks like we're a little bit challenged here. So hopefully we've got everybody in the house. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and now the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kawagawa. It is a beautiful day in Tohoku. The temperature at game time was 82 degrees Fahrenheit. It is going to slowly decline throughout the ball game. I figure it'll be in the upper 70s. And there is a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count has now gone to 2-2. So the Living Room is in the house tonight. We appreciate you for being here, keeping us entertained at our end anyways, and hopefully we'll get a few more bodies in the house. Genda, Kawagawa, and O'Grady to face the left-hander Kirishima for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to first. Fielded again by Ginji, and again he's going to take it himself. So 2 up and 2 gone as they both grounded out to the first baseman. So 2 up and 2 away, and that brings up the left fielder, Brian O'Grady. It is a pink day in Tohoku. The Golden Eagles have their traditional maroon colors. It's Eagles Girl Day. They've got the bases are in pink. The umpires are wearing some pink jerseys. They got pink on the scoreboard. And so here comes the first offering. And there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Our friend in the Living Room says, what do you think of Blitzball? Blitzball is kind of cool. It's not quite like wiffle ball, but it is kind of neat. A couple of the kids out here have some Blitzball bats. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep center field. Racing back on the warning track is Tatsumi. He makes the catch as he slams into the wall, and that is going to do it here for the Seibu Lions in the top of the first inning. So there was no runs in the inning. There were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are through a half inning. It is the Seibu Lions 0, The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Glad you guys could be with us here today, whether you're listening live or on delay. It's always a pleasure to have you. Here is our friend Dave.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave, Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to give you the starting lineup for the home team for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. As they come to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, it is going to be Igor Emoji leading it off. He's playing third base tonight. Hiroto Kobakata is going to play short. He bats second. Batting third and wearing number 3 is Hideto Asamura. He's the second baseman. The designated hitter is Hiroki Shimouchi. He wears number 35 and hits in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is the first baseman Ginji. He wears number 33. Hitting sixth is the center fielder wearing number 8, Ryusuke Tatsumi. He just made that beautiful catch in center field as he slammed into the wall to end the first inning. The left fielder batting seventh is Takeru Okajima. He wears number 27. Batting eighth is the catcher Hikari Oda. He wears number 2. And batting ninth is the right fielder Atsuri Muto. He is wearing number 50. And they are facing the right-hander, Katsunori Harai, who is 3-4 on the season. He's pitched in 31 2/3 innings. He's allowed 30 hits, 10 runs, 6 of which have been earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 22. And he's got an earned run average of 171. And that is your starting lineup for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. And Igor Emoji, as he traditionally does, comes up and gives a ceremonial bow to the home plate umpire. And we're ready to get this one underway. Moji, on the season, hitting 188. He's got a couple of homers and 4 RBIs. He's only appeared in 14 ball games. We saw Moji play last year. He was very dangerous. It seemed like every time we saw him play, he was putting balls into the seats for home runs. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Moji. Harai kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and missed. Moji swung on that one so hard his helmet fell off as he was off balance after the swing, and the count is 1-1. As we sit at the top of the stream, it's a beautiful day in Tohoku. No rain at all in the forecast. There's a split finger pitch swung on and missed. And the count is now 1-2 to Moji. He literally just screwed himself into the ground on that last pitch. So here's the 1-2 pitch as Harai holds at the belt. And he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And Moji is retired on strikes for the first out of the innings. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the shortstop, Hiroto Kobakata. For Kobakata on the season, he's batting .265. He's got no homers and 9 RBIs. Kobakata was injured about 3 weeks into the season when he had dove headfirst into first base, and he missed some action. He's having himself a decent year at the plate. Not a lot of power from this fella. He takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Kobakata. Harai working quickly delivers a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and now the count is 0-2. So Harai has only thrown 6 pitches in the ball game, and most of them have been breaking balls. And here comes the 0-2 pitch, and it is a fastball this time that misses down. The count is 1-2. So Harai looking like he's pitching backwards tonight. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the crowd has almost like a purple or mauve-ish color. A lot of people are wearing these mauve-colored jerseys. There's a fastball that is spiked into the ground, and that one gets all the way to the back. And that goes to count to now 2-2. Our friend Mr. Cap is in the house, and he says, how am I feeling about the over-under at 6.5? Is that for the entire ball game, or is that for just the first half of the ball game? Because for the over-under for the whole ball game, that could play. And there is a fastball swung on. It is chopped softly over to third. It is fielded neatly by the third baseman, Hiranuma, and he throws to first, and Kobakata is going to be retired. That goes as a ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to bring up Hideto Asamura. So I think for this ball game here, I looked at it beforehand and I thought, well, the pitchers have not thrown a lot this year. They've only got a few starts in between them. Harai has thrown a few more, even though he's got a 3-4 record. He does have a sparkling 1.71 ERA. And Kirishima, who's throwing for the Golden Eagles, is only thrown 22 innings, but he's got an ERA of less than 1. So both of the pitchers in their limited duties have pitched quite well. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away by Asamura. So I would think that 6.5 is a tight one in this one. The bullpens have been decent for both teams. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is now 0-2. But if I had to say so, I think that's a little bit tight for this day game after a night game. I might be considering the over in this one. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 1-2 on Asamura. So that would be what I'd say. I think we're going to see runs in this game. It's the beautiful weather. It is hot. It's usually when the balls start flying around the ballpark. There's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-2 on Asamura. So that is my thought on that. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Asamura has 12 homers on the season and 46 RBIs. He's regained the form that he showed back in 2019. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to left field. The ball is going to get down. It's cut off by the left fielder O'Grady. And that is going to hold Asamura to a long single. Nice job by the left fielder O'Grady to get over to cut that ball off. If that ball gets by him, Asamura will be standing in scoring position, but really good job by the left fielder to be able to get there, cut it off, and hold the 3-hole hitter for a single, and that's going to bring up Hiroki Shimochi. For Shimochi on the season, he's hitting .278. He's got 4 homers and 30 RBIs. Shimochi is getting the start as the designated hitter tonight. He's not flashed the power that he did in the 2021 campaign. The 32-year-old is what I would call a professional hitter all the way around. The game is on the line. He's the one you want at the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0 to Shimochi. It's really fun to watch this particular guy hit. For those of you who pop in on the streams or listen regular, Shimochi is definitely one of those players that, as we say, is a joy to watch. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now even at 1-1. Harai has a pretty good feel for his breaking ball today. He's been throwing it often, and he's generally throwing it for strikes. And there is another breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. The count now goes to 1-2 on Shimochi. Our friend of the living room says the guy has only 22 innings. Let's see what happens when the pitch count rises. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he fares. I mean, he is a veteran of the NPB. He's been in the league since 2009, has Kirishima. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes even to 2-2. His best season, or argue his best season for wins, came in 2019 when he was 9-6 and 27 starts. This is only his 5th start of the season. And there is a fastball swung on. It is tapped slowly over to third. It is fielded by the third baseman Hiranuma. He throws to first. And Shimochi is retired, and that is going to do it for the Golden Eagles in their half of the first inning. So for Tohoku, they had no runs. There was 1 hit. That was by Hideto Asamura. There were no errors, and he was stranded on base. We are now through 1 complete inning. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody will be back with the call in just a couple moments. We're glad you all are with us. Here is one of our Hall of Fame memories. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the top of the second inning, and the heart of the Seibu Lions batting order is coming up to bat here. It is going to be Hataka Yamakawa. You've got Shuda Tonosaki and Jansen Witt. So the 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming to bat. The big fella Yamakawa is off to a huge start. He's batting .294 on the season. He's got 22 homers and 46 runs batted in. He's been able to turn around a lot of pitches this year for the Seibu Seibu Lions. So the big fella is getting the opportunity here to face the left-hander Kirishima, who rocks into the motion, and he kicks and delivers. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. The wind is blowing from right field to left field, and so it may play into the favor of the big fella here. There's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Living Room says the Giants put up a 4 spot. We'll be looking at that. Cesar Pena says under in this one here. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and the count goes to 1-2. And Cesar might be right with these pitchers going here. Probably, in my eyes, I look at it and I say, yeah, it's probably a game where you're going to have the under, but there's just something in this one that tells me this game is going to go the over. It's too enticing with both of these guys on the mound, as there's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 2-2. I do like these lineups offensively, but the old adage, good pitching does beat good hitting, is definitely in play. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. It is a lovely day for baseball, and the weather is starting to play its part positively in Japan. They got some beautiful weather here. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Moving back on it is the shortstop Kobakata, but it's Hideto Asamura who calls him off and makes the grab. That is going to retire Yamakawa for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Shuda Tonosaki. For Tonosaki on the season, he's batting .215. He's got 3 homers and 21 runs batted in. And we have, looks like Will Vogg's in the house. Welcome, Will. Thanks for popping in tonight. Glad you could be here with us and tuned in. And here comes the offering from the left-hander Kirishima, and it is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1 to Tonosaki. Tonosaki, when we've watched the Lions play this year, he's had his struggles at second base. Not just at the plate, but defensively. There's a fastball under the hands he takes for a called strike, and the count is 2-2. Sometimes that happens. We get to see certain players, and whenever we show up, they either do really well or they do really poorly. It's not been Tonosaki's time when we've been calling the games of the Lions. Here comes the 0-2 offering. And it is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tonosaki. The left-hander Kirishima, he's ready to go back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Either one of these pitchers that we're watching tonight are particularly overpowering. They are hitting their spots. There's a breaking ball that swung on. This ball is hit hard through the 6-hole into left field. It's going to be a base hit for Tonosaki. He's aboard with 1 away. And that is going to bring up the first baseman, Jansen Witt. For Jansen Witt, he has struggled so far this season. He's batting .147. He's got no homers and 1 run batted in. Witt was a former Texas Christian college player. I say Texas Christian. I believe TCU are the Horned Frogs. And he never ever played in the big leagues. He was a minor league player. Sometimes the signings that they have in the Japanese league are a bit eyebrow lifting. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. I say that sometimes, maybe not specifically towards Witt, but I think about the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles last year had signed Rusney Castillo. Now, Rusney Castillo had played with the Boston Red Sox organization, or was with them, and was signed to a absolutely massive deal. I think it was $75 million for 6 or 7 years. And he never panned out for the Red Sox, but yet he found his way over to Japan and got himself another contract. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-1. And just as he did not produce in Major League Baseball, he didn't produce in the Japanese League either. So it makes you wonder who's doing the scouting sometimes on both sides of the border. Sometimes guys fill out uniforms, they look good, they can't actually play. But that's not to say that that's the case with Witt. But certainly the time will tell here if he's going to be able to produce and keep a job in the NPB. The import players that come over to Japan have to produce. There is Fluby Badoop is in the house. That would be our friend Alexander. We appreciate you popping in. We will be back on the air again tomorrow night for these same two teams. We're excited to be able to call a couple of games. We'll do a couple more next weekend as well. So hopefully everybody can join us. There's a fastball swung on. This is lifted foul into right field. And that is going to run the count to 1-2. Josh S. stops in and says, Rusney used to be as highly regarded as Johan Moncada. You're absolutely correct. The amount of money that they poured into Castillo, I believe, was more money than they poured into Moncada. Of course, Moncada and Castillo were with the Red Sox organization. Moncada, of course, was flipped, I believe, in the Chris Sale deal to the White Sox. So here's the 1-2 offering. And he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, swung on and missed. And Witt is gone on strikes for the second out of the inning. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. For those of you who were listening to our calls earlier in the season, Tomoya Mori played about 10 games into the season. And then he was really frustrated with himself after a strikeout or whatever it was. And I guess he punched his helmet and broke his hand or broke a bone in his hand. And he ended up going out for quite a while. Now he's back in the lineup. He hasn't really figured out his offense. He's usually been in the top 3 or 4 spots in the batting order. He's batting 173 on the season with a homer and 8 RBIs. Probably not one of the better decisions to punch your helmet out of frustration. So Mori digs in, and they flipped it over to first base to keep Tanasaki close. Drop him down. Usually they'll do that to some guys in the batting order. They'll drop him down, and they'll start to see some more fastballs in the lower part. The fastball is what he saw, and he swung at that and fouled it away, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Mori. If you drop guys down in the batting order, generally speaking, that's what the intent is. Hopefully they'll get to see a few more fastballs in there at bats. Now, Mori, of course, is a veteran player, so... And again, they throw over to first base, and again, diving back is Tanasaki. But possibly his timing is off. Certainly not getting a chance to swing the bat over the past 6 or so weeks when he was down injured. Made the return in the interleague play. So here's the 0-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that just misses upstairs, and the count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Just going back again to that Rusney Castillo. If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Ben Cherington, the general manager of the Red Sox, who signed him. And when Dave Dombrowski took over, they were like, who is this guy? How much money did he give him? Couldn't believe it that they invested that kind of money into Castillo. It was an absolute bust in the eyes of Dombrowski. There was a fastball that swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the third base line. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mori. So 1-2 it is. We're talking about the over or the under, and Cesar Pena came in and slammed his fist down and said the under. Mr. Cap said 6.5 as the under. Well, if these two pitchers can settle themselves down as they have, it's going to be tough to get to the over. So here comes the 1-2 offering. Instead, they throw to first. They've got the runner going. Tanasaki is off to the races, and he is going to be picked off. That's going to go down as a 1-3-6 putout. And that is going to end the inning here as the left-handed pitcher, Kirishima, was able to pick the runner off for out number 3. Mori will start the at-bat all over again in the next inning. So for the Seibu Lions, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 1.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Gold Eagles nothing, the Seibu Lions nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the second inning. We're glad you guys could be here. There's another Japanese Hall of Fame memory. We'll be right back in just a moment, everybody. I'll be hanging tight with you here. We've got a nothing ball game on our hands between the Lions and the Eagles. We're glad you are with us. Hold tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the second inning. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the order for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It'll be Ginji, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and Takeru Okajima to face the right-hander Katsunori Harai. Our friend Josh S. says, a super interesting 7 years, $72.5 million. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you think about it, he's able to not just set himself up for life, but his family and everybody else. It's too bad that he wasn't able to play to the ability of that contract that they threw his way. But that is the way it goes sometimes when you're gambling on prospects. There's a first pitch breaking ball that misses up to Ginji. The count is 1-0. A friend in the living room says, is that the cough button I heard? And there's a breaking ball that comes in for a called strike. Yeah, we've been chewing on some grapes a little bit in the background here, but we've been doing it in between innings. So we want to make sure that we're not doing it in your ears. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 1-2. If I said we were crushing grapes, that wouldn't be quite the case, but getting those seedless ones in as quickly as we can on the in-between is not too bad. And there's a fastball that swung on. It's grounded up the middle. Suzuki Genda ranges to his left. He fields it. He throws to first. And that is going to retire Ginji on a ground out, 6-3 for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. Tatsumi in the first inning made a brilliant catch in center field to end the first inning for the Lions. He made the grab as he slammed into the center field wall as the ball was taken away off the bat of Brian O'Grady. Tatsumi hitting from the left side against the righty Harai, and the first pitch is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And Harai delivers again another breaking ball, and this one again swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 0-2. Harai really living on his breaking ball here in the first couple innings and spotting his fastball. Here's the 0-2, and there is a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count is 1-2. Good discipline there by the left-handed hitter Tatsumi to lay off that pitch. There's another breaking ball swung on and fouled away. That is lifted into the seats, and the count remains at 1-2. Fluby says, or Alexander Leggett says, how much money did they put into Castillo? Well, Josh S. said it was 7 years, 72 and a half. I thought it was 75. But I'm not 100% sure on that one. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted into deep left center field. Moving over to his right is the center fielder who makes the grab, and that is Ito, who's in center field tonight for the Lions. And Tatsumi is gone for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away. And that is going to bring up Takahiro Okajima. And we have the question from Alexander says, yeah, that is too much money. How much money? What about Masahiro's recent thwopping that affects him moving forward? Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, sometimes pitchers go through that, right? So I'm not really sure. I'll hold my judgment on that one. Obviously, with his experience, there is a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. The count actually is 1-1 on Okajima. He took the first pitch for a ball. Reading my chat here a little bit and trying to keep up. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's happening tightly with Masahiro Tanaka and some of the other ones. There's a fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2. One thing that I did notice this week is that the former Japanese star who kind of had a failed big league tour was Shogo Akiyama, the former Cincinnati Red. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-2. Akiyama is on his way back to the NPB. Speculation, he could return to the team that is playing tonight, the Seibu Seibu Lions. He could really help their offense. There's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the first base side. The count remains at 2-2. But Akiyama, they say there's interest in the Hiroshima Carp acquiring him because they think he could help the young hitters along. I'd be curious to see where they're at. Obviously, tonight the Eagles are without Nishikawa in left field tonight. And he has been a big part of their group. And there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. I don't know what Okajima was looking at, but he watched it go right by. And he is done for the third out of the inning. So this game is moving along quickly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board in the second inning for the Golden Eagles. We're now through 2 complete. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions, nothing. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a couple minutes after this from our friend Steve.
Hello, kids. Steve coming at you. It's Steve Rademacher. And if you like interesting stuff, if you like to laugh a little bit, and if you enjoy collecting, this channel's for you. If you like non-sport cards, we have them. You like pseudo-sport cards, we open them. Even if you like entire boxes of completely pointless stuff or other sports, we have everything here. I drop a different video every day, and there's always a theme to it, from No Filter Friday to Saturday morning cartoons, even Sunday shoutouts. Once in a while, we'll get a little froggy and show Money Money Monday, where I showcase a bunch of my currency. We have Legos, we have Star Wars, we have a good time. We even have my brother on Takeover Tuesday. Be there or be square. Back to Freddy.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And we're going to the bottom third of the batting order for the Seibu Seibu Lions as they face the left-hander Wataru Kirishima. And it is going to be Tomoya Mori, Shota Hiranuma, and Ito to face him. It is Mori who was at bat when Shuta Tonosaki got picked off in the last inning, so he'll get to start with a fresh count. The wind is still blowing from right to left, but it looks like it's now starting to blow in a little bit. It was blowing from right field to left field to begin the game, but now it looks like it's blowing in toward home plate. Keep an eye on that and how the ever-changing wind is blowing. So Mori steps up to the dish, ready to face the left-hander. So far, it's been a walk in the park for the lefty. For the Golden Eagles, only 26 pitches in his first 2 innings of work. And here comes the first offering to Mori. He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses down. It scoots away from the catcher for ball 1, and the count is 1-0. Kari Oda is the man entrusted tonight behind the plate for the Golden Eagles. And here comes the left-hander Kirishima back to work. He rocks into the motion. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. It's down the line. Moving over underneath it is the right fielder Muto. He's going to make the catch, and that is going to retire Mori for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Shota Hiranuma. For Hiranuma on the season, he's batting .294. He's got no homers and 1 run batted in. He gets the nod tonight at third base. And he stands in on the left side against the lefty, and the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is quickly 0-1. Hiranuma originally began his NPB career with the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters, where he spent 5 seasons. And there's a pitch. It is a breaking ball that just misses outside. The count goes to 1-1. But the last couple of seasons, he's been with the Lions this year and last year. He's got 23 at-bats. The soon-to-be 25-year-old takes a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. He has not flashed much power in his NPB career. In 502 trips to the plate, he's only got 1 homer. So not really a threat to hit the deep ball. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that misses down and away. The count is now 2-2. We were looking at the difference between the Central League and the Pacific League early in the season. We were noting that the Pacific League, the home runs were down significantly. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to right field. Moving over toward the foul line and leaping to make the catch is Muto. So he's been a busy man this inning as both of the outs have come his way. That's 2 up and 2 away, and that is going to bring up the center fielder Ito. For Ito on the season, he's hitting .220 with 4 homers and 9 RBIs. When I look at the Saitama Seibu Lions lineup, Yamakawa has 22 homers. Brian O'Grady has 8. And then it's Ito with 4 in tonight's starting lineup, who has the next most amount of home runs. So Ito waggles the bat. He's waiting on the first offering from Kirishima, and he kicks and delivers, and it's a breaking ball that comes over for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So far, Kirishima has pitched to the minimum batters. Although he did allow the hit in the last inning to Tonosaki, it's the unconventional 3 up, 3 down last inning. There's a fastball that misses down and in. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Kirishima rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on. Is grounded over to third. Fielded by Moji. He throws to first. And that is going to do it. It goes as a ground out 5-3 for out number 3. A 3 up, 3 down inning for the Saitama Seibu Lions. There were no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board. We're going to the bottom of the 3rd inning. We're all knotted up at zeros. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes. See who is going to get the first run. Here's our friend Steve again.
Domo arigato. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'm new at this. Thank you for watching Last Raps Baseball. Tell all your friends and family to come check him out, ask some questions during the telecast, and give him a good sub and a thumbs up. And this is Steve coming back at you, and some new things on my channel. Star Wars figures that everybody likes. We have Mad magazines from the 1970s. We try to avoid the Noid. And for your pleasure, once in a while, we can open up Michael Jackson if you want, the cards. We have Elvis. We have Sadahar O. We love everything that is everything, so we even have the Beatles fighting with lightsabers. Look at that, John and George. Once in a while, we'll even have my brother take over my channel on a Tuesday. So once again, everybody tell your friends, come see Freddie at Last Raps Baseball. And right now, I'm going to kick it right back to you, Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. And we've got Katsunori Harai has completed his warm-up tosses, and it's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up to bat for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. That means it's going to be Hakari Oda, Atsuki Muto, and Igoro Moji. A friend in the living room says, Manoah pitched well in Milwaukee. I can't think of the Brewers without thinking about Bob Uecker. Just a bit outside, everybody will remember that one. That will live in infamy. We think of broadcasters who are calling the games, as made famous in Major League. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that misses for ball one, and the count is 1-0. I remember years ago reading Bob Uecker's book, The Catcher in the Rye, and of course, there's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Catcher in the Rye was written by J.D. Salinger. Of course, the play on words, his was a little different. Catcher in the Rye was spelled W-R-Y-E for the alcoholic beverage that he liked to consume. Not sure if he liked to do it between innings, but Bob Uecker was great. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow right center field. Moving over underneath it is the center fielder, Ito, and he makes the catch, and that'll put Odo away for out number 1. 1 up and 1 away. It's going to bring up the right fielder, Atsuki Muto. For Muto on the season, he's hitting .314. He's got no homers and 6 runs batted in. Muto is getting the start in right field. He made 2 very nice plays in the last inning to retire the first 2 hitters of the Lions, including the one that he had to run toward the foul line and a leap to get on Shota Hiranuma. So Muto steps in. And here's the first offering from Harai. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Harai working quickly. He throws from the stretch with nobody on. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that just misses off the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1 on Muto. Harai ready to go back at it again. He kicks and he fires. There's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 2-1. He almost locks the hitters up when he throws a fastball as opposed to the breaking ball. So here comes the 2-1 offering. There's a fastball that misses well off the outside corner, and the count goes to 3-1. Our friend in the living room says, as of 2022, Uecker teams with Jeff Levering and Elaine Grindle to call the Brewers home games in Milwaukee and the Brewers radio network throughout Wisconsin. A little far removed. I know when we, as a young guy back at home, the living room listens in, he will know what we talk about a bit. There's a fastball that misses outside, and that is going to be ball 4, as Muto has drawn himself a walk. I remember as a young kid, obviously, WJR used to carry the Detroit Tiger games, and you could listen to that all the way down, it seemed like I-75, almost to Kentucky. And it really went north and south, especially in the evenings. And in Canada, you could pick it up in the north. But also, too, you could get the other games. You could also get the Cleveland Indian games. You could pick up their broadcast. The Blue Jays, you could always get theirs. And depending on the weather, you could get WGN out of Chicago. I think WGN at the time was the Cubs. So here comes the first offering to Igoro Moji. He kicks and delivers, and there goes the runner. And there's throws down to second, and it is in time. As the umpire, I thought when he went to punch out Muto, he was actually going to punch him. He had to come around it, but we are going to get a replay on this one as Ishii has come out of the dugout. He wants a second opinion. So they didn't even have to waste any time at this. They want to go and have a quick look at it. But Tomoya Mori is the difference. He is behind the plate for the Lions tonight. And he can really gun it down. We'll go take a look at that. The umpires are going to go underneath. We're going to give you our thoughts. But you could also get Cincinnati Red games. You could get games from some of the other areas if you tuned in on your AM transistor radio. We're getting the replay of this. We're going to say this, that the throw was in time. How was the tag? The tag was high. So Suzuki Genda got the tag down. When I refer to a high tag, he got him on the butt. And it may have been a high tag on that one there. So it'll be interesting to see how the umpires see it. The way I look at it is I think he is safe. And this could get overturned. But we're waiting on the official call from the umpires. They've gone under for the VAR. But as we said, it's kind of those ones. Even you could get the St. Louis Cardinal games sometimes back in the day, and especially on those clear nights, you could get a lot of ranging radio stations that would call a lot of games. Especially in the Midwest, you got so many different teams that are very close to one another. And the umpires have come back out, and they have upheld the call. It is going to be caught stealing. It's going to be caught stealing 2-6. I had to look at it, and I had to say I thought the tag was rather high. That first pitch to Igor Emoji was a called strike, and it's 0-1 to him. So no balls and 1 strike to Moji. There's 2 away now here in the Eagles' third. And Katsunori Hirai got some help there from his catcher, Tomoya Mori, to throw out the would-be base stealer Muto. And there's a breaking ball that just misses outside to Moji, and the count goes to 1-1. Moji is 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. And here comes the offering from Hirai. It is a breaking ball that misses down to the dirt. And the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Our friend in the living room says, true, that's the water, no trees. Yeah, that helps. You also get the clear air, minus the smog. There is a breaking ball swung on it. It is tapped over to second. Tanasaki fields it. He gloves it over to first, and it's in time. Great play by the second baseman. He had to charge it hard. Didn't even have time to make the exchange. Just flipped it from his glove right to the first baseman. And that is going to retire Mori on a ground out 4-3 for out number 3 here for the Eagles. So the Eagles go quietly in their half of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 3 complete. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple moments with the call of the top of the 4th inning. This one's moving quickly tonight. We're glad you're with us. Welcome back, everybody. Nothing in the top of the 4th. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few to call the top of the 4th inning.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. This is Dave's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. Be sure to go check out Dave's channel at Zero Fox Sports and let him know that Last Raps Baseball sent you, and he'll put you into that entry for a free random pack of cards, and he'll ship them off to you. Hopefully you guys can enjoy those cards that he'll send to you as well. We have the top of the order coming up for the Seibu Seibu Lions. It is going to be Suzuki Genda, Seiji Kawagawa, and Brian O'Grady to get things going here against the left-handed pitcher for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, Kirishima. Kirishima has faced the minimum. He's allowed 1 hit so far in this one. He was able to pick off Tanasaki back in the 2nd inning. He's been very effective, 36 pitches in his 3 innings of work so far. But Suzuki Genda steps in, and he's ready to face the first offering from the lefty who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. Genda tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. And here comes the offering from the lefty Hiroshima, who kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a call strike. And the count is now 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. We will give you the updated and out-of-town scoreboard when we do what we like to call our Japanese halftime. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's tapped back to the pitcher. It's fielded neatly over to first. And that is going to retire Genda on a ground out 1-3 for the first out of the inning here in the 4th. That is going to bring up the right fielder, Seiji Kawagawa. Kawagawa tonight, he also grounded to first his first time up. He is 0 for 1 on the evening. There's 4 other games going on in the NPB right now. The late start will be the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. There's a first pitch breaking ball delivered to Kawagawa that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. Kawagawa 0 for 1 tonight. Entered the game with the .254 batting average with a homer and 6 runs batted in. There's a fastball that just misses off the outside corner. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Hiroshima works again. He kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on, and it's grounded foul just past the bag at first base. It's going to run the count to 2 balls and 1 strike to Kawagawa. That was definitely a ball hook-barreled foul. So Kawagawa gets himself dug in, waiting on the offering from Hiroshima, who rocks into the motion. And he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses down, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. Our friend Fluby Banup says it's one of these pitchers' duels that isn't really a duel because they keep hitting groundouts. Yeah, it's definitely one of those ones. And there is a fastball that misses down, and that is ball 4 to Kawagawa. And he is aboard with a 1-out walk. Our friend Living Room says, if you ever get a chance, check out Artie Lang's stories of Bob Uecker using his cough button to point out trollops in the crowd. Yeah, I'm sure that would probably be entertaining for sure. Not much to point out here. So Grady steps up to the plate. His average has slipped to .245 on the season. He's got the 8 homers and 31 RBIs. He took the offering in the first inning right to the wall in straightaway center field. Ryosuke Tatsumi had hauled it in for the 3rd out of the inning back in the first inning, and he takes a first pitch fastball outside for ball 1. The count is 1-0. Bob Uecker, of course, Artie Lang and all the rest of those guys. Bob Uecker, a marginal player in his day, but one of those guys who was a catcher. And, when you have catchers that spend a lot of time in, whether it be the minor leagues or the big leagues, they've always got some interesting stories. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's popped up. It's going to reach the seats foul over on the first base side. It's going to run the count to 1-1. Friend of the living room said it was seamless. I bet it was. Bob Uecker used to have some interesting get-ups as well. If you used to show up on the Johnny Carson show back in the day, you would do their interviews with him. He always had a crazy sense of humor. One of the better lines that I've heard, not from a broadcaster, but from a coach, there's a breaking ball that catches the inside quarter to O'Grady, and the count goes to 1-2. Had the former hitting coach of the assistant hitting coach of the Houston Astros up here a couple of years ago doing some work with us. Ralph Dickinson said that Dexter Fowler could walk up to the plate in the big leagues without a bat and work the umpire to a 3-2 count. Just because of his personality. I thought that was pretty good. So here comes the 1-2 offering to O'Grady. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base side of home plate. Keeps the count at 1-2. Our friend who popped in here earlier was saying something there. So we got Ray Nias popping in here. He says, can you have a shout out to my girlfriend, Jess? We're listening together. We appreciate you. We thank you for being here. We've got Shotgun Shell in the house here as well. We appreciate you for being here. Thanks for popping in. Reminder, we'll be back on with these same two teams again tomorrow night. Pretty much our schedule is going to be loaded up for the whole month. We'll be doing NPB games on the weekends. We're doing Major League games during the week, so hopefully you guys can pop in anytime we can get a early midweek game. We will probably take that opportunity. Mr. Cap has popped back in here, and he says, let's get the 5.5. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field. Coming in underneath it is Tatsumi. He's going to make the catch. Retreating back to first base is Kawagawa. That is going to be out number 2 as O'Grady is gone. That is going to leave it up to the designated hitter, Otaka Yamakawa. For Yamakawa on the evening, he is 0 for 1. He has popped out to first base. As we said earlier, he has got one of the few players in the Pacific League who has not seen a power outage. He's got 22 homers and 46 runs batted in. His averages slipped to 293 on the season. So here comes the offering from the lefty. Hiroshima, it's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. That's good. Now the regulars back in here. We're probably only missing out on Nash right now. We do thank everybody else who's popped in to listen tonight, that's for sure. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Hiroshima delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left center field. It looks like there's going to be room as it's going to be held up on the warning track, and making the grab is the left fielder Okajima. And that is going to do it. Yamakawa sent it for a ride. Just not far enough. The wind is knocking it down in Tohoku. And that is going to be retired for out number 3. So for the Lions in their half of the 4th inning, there was no runs. There was no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left the board. We're now moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the side of a Seibu Lions, nothing. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few minutes with the call of the bottom of the 4th inning. We're glad you guys are here. We appreciate you having us with us. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are back for the bottom of the 4th inning, and it's going to be the 2, 3, 4 hitters in the batting order. Kobakata, Asamura, and Shimouchi. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, I think 5 runs in the ceiling of this game. Yeah, I'm starting to think that probably 1 run might be the ceiling in this game, the way this is shaping up. Both of these pitchers here have been able to keep each other's teams off balance. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. I wonder what the odds are of a 1-0 game would be. Or maybe even better yet, what's the last time we've had a 0-0 game in the NPB? I think there was one earlier this year. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. 1-1 after 12, or 0-0 after 12 innings. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to short. Genda fields it. He throws to first, and they barely get Kobakata, who is really motoring down the line. Genda is laughing a little bit and reaches to his heart, but Ishii has come out. They're going to want to use their second challenge. They failed the last inning. So let's see what happens here if they're going to overturn this one. Kobakata thinks he's safe. Alexander says let him buy the cards on tab. I'm actually going to do a little bit of work on that here in the next week or so. I've got another 4 or 5 days where I've got to actually do some work. And then I'm going to have about 10 days where I'm not doing anything. I don't know. I think based on what I saw there, I was wrong the first time, but I think Kobakata is out. I think that the Golden Eagles manager is going to be 0 for 2. I'd be shocked on this one that this is going to get overturned. I'm probably going to put about 1,000 items up on the eBay over the course of a week. Here comes the umpires. See what they have to say. And they've come out and they've ruled them out. The play is going to be withheld, and that means that the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are out of challenges. So that's a ground out 6-3. That could come back to bite them later in the game. I don't know what the manager Ishii is doing over there tonight. Maybe he's got other things in mind, but both of the challenges he's made in back-to-back innings have ended in failure. So they have no more challenges left. So here's Hideto Asamura, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And that is going to be run the count to no balls and 1 strike. Asamura singled his first time up. Living Room says 10 days of Ripsmas. I don't know about that. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Coming in on it is the right fielder, Kawagawa, who makes the grab. And that is going to do it for Asamura. He is gone for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 away. We've got Vivid Life in the house. He says it was a good day winning at the MLB betting. Now I'm here to enjoy some Japanese baseball. We're proud and happy to have you in here, Vivid Life. We appreciated you stopping in the other day for some Major League action. And just as the reminder, we are going to be doing the same 2 teams tomorrow night at the same time at 10 o'clock Pacific or 1 a.m. Eastern. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. The weather forecast looks like it's going to be pretty good tomorrow as well. So we're not concerned about a rainout. So here comes the 0-1 offering to Shimochi. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count now goes even to 1-1. We are going to call a few games next week. I won't be doing anything on Monday. No calls on Monday. Well, actually, that may not be true. I might actually call a game Monday night. It'll be the daytime. I can't do anything, but I might actually squeeze a Monday night game in for Major League Baseball. There's a ground ball to the second baseman. It's fielded by Tonosaki. This time he's going to throw it conventionally to first base. He's going to retire Shimochi on the ground out 4-3. And we're an hour and 4 minutes in, and we've got 4 innings complete. This game is skipping along pretty quick, everybody. There were no runs, no hits, no errors, and no Eagles left aboard. We are now through 4 complete. It is knotted up at zeros. Stick around. We'll be right back with the call at the top of the 5th. After this, we're glad you guys could be here. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the top of the 5th inning. It is going to be Shuta Tonosaki, Jansen Witt, and Tomoya Mori coming up to face the lefty, Wataru Kirishima. Kirishima has been brilliant in his 4 innings of work. Absolutely fantastic, to say the least. 51 pitches so far for the Eagles lefty. I got to double check on that. I've got him at 51, so I think he was at 36 through 3. It looked like it's 51 through 4, and that is accurate. That's pretty good, less than 13 pitches per inning. So it'll be Tonosaki, Witt, and Mori to face him here in the top of the 5th inning. As we mentioned, we're probably going to call a Major League game on Monday evening. Haven't decided which one we're going to call yet. We are going to do some during the week as well. We're going to ratchet it up a little bit. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to do a pile of stuff. We are going to do the weekend NPB games on the Friday and Saturdays, North American time, or the Saturday and Sunday Japanese games. We'll start popping that schedule up here over the next few days. It'll be a busy month of July for us, and so hopefully you can make it in for some of this. There's a first pitch breaking ball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side, and the count is 0-1. A friend of the living room says Monday is College World Series Day. It is true. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get that call on that there. And I have to admit that it's hard to do stuff that you don't know a ton about. I mean, I know the odd player that's playing in it, but not for Arkansas or Ole Miss. There's a breaking ball that misses down. Tonosaki had squared the bunt, but that pitch was down at the ankles, and the count now goes to 1-1. Who would I want to see win that? I don't know. Arkansas, they've produced some big league players in the last few years. So one would have to think Arkansas might be somebody worth watching. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is now 1-2. I did look up at Ole Miss and to see some of theirs. They've produced about 51 big leaguers. There's maybe only about 6 guys in their history that I have got to the big leagues that I actually recognize. Probably Lance Lynn is the biggest name for Ole Miss. Here comes the 1-2 offering. And that is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tonosaki. Lance Lynn, probably the biggest name. Mickey Callaway, the failed New York Mets manager, also was a graduate of Ole Miss. I don't really remember him as a player, though. There's a fastball that swung on. This ball is belted to left field. It's going to get down in front of the left fielder, and it's a great job by the left fielder, Okajima, to keep that ball in front. He wasn't able to make the play on the catch. The ball short hopped him, and then he had to smother it. Kept that ball in front, and it is a leadoff single here for Tonosaki. This is Tonosaki's second hit of the ball game. Okajima did a pretty good job there of keeping that ball in front. So last time Tonosaki was at first base, he got himself picked off. Our friend in the living room says he likes Lance Lynn. He beats up on Detroit often. Lance Lynn, the one-time Cardinal and Texas Ranger, he's a big fella. I can't believe how big he is. I never really dialed into that until he was with the White Sox. Kirishima flips over a token toss over to first base, and diving back in time is Tonosaki. So Jansen Witt, 0 for 1 tonight. He has struck out his first time up. Waiting on the offering from the lefty Kirishima. And he kicks and fires. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1. Lance Lynn is one big fella. I don't even know what he scales in at these days, but he is a big man, that's for sure. There's some guys that are, you look at him and you say, this guy just looks farm strong. So no balls and 1 strike. Kirishima holds the ball at the chest level. He kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is 1-1. Our friend in the living room says pinstripes are supposed to make you look thin. That's true. That's what they say. Well, not sure they could do that for Lance Lynn. He's a big, big fella. They also had Ole Miss, also had another guy, former Tiger and Houston Astro, Alex Presley. He was another player recently that I vaguely remember a little bit of. So here comes the 1-1 offering to Witt. Kirishima instead throws over to first base, but that will not happen as the home plate umpire had called time. Josh S. says he loves it when Baseball Ninja has a segment on Lance Lynn. I have to admit, I don't really watch a lot of the Baseball Ninja. I've seen a little bit of him, but I haven't really paid a whole lot of attention to him. Can't say there's really, I like John Boy. I get a kick out of his John Boy Media. There's a breaking ball swung on, is grounded over to third, fielded by Moji, over to second for one, back to first, and it's a double play. Jansen Witt grounds into the 5-4-3 double play. A great turn by Igor Moji to get it over to the second baseman, Asamura. They get 2 for the price of 1, as that erases Tanasaki at second. That's going to leave it all up to the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Got to give your hats off there defensively to the Golden Eagles. I didn't know if that ball was hit hard enough, actually. It was kind of like a chopper, and Moji had to come in hard to get it. He threw over to second to get the 1. But Witt did not get the line very well, and it allows them for the base hit. So here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses inside. And the count is 1-0 to Tomoya Mori. Mori is 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to right field his first time up. And here comes the offering from lefty Kirishima, and it is a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is now 2-0. Alexander says it's always fun to tell when it's good defense or bad offense. And here comes the 2-0 pitch. It is a breaking ball down to Mori, and the count is now 3-0. Josh S. says, John Boy, breakdowns are great comedy. Ninja features only the pitchers, but he highlights some really nasty pitches that I wouldn't have seen otherwise. I'll have to make sure I pop in and check out the Ninja more often. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 3-1 to Mori. Back to Alexander's comment, he says, where it's hard to tell if it's good defense or bad offense. Well, sometimes the bad offense makes the defense look good, for sure. There's a fastball swung on by Mori. This ball is drilled down the left field line, but it is going to go foul. It's going to reach the seats. He sent it a long way. The ball was absolutely spanked. Mori did a good job of staying inside the ball and sending it the other way, but that's going to run the count now full to 3-2. This is the first time tonight that Kirishima has had to throw in a full count. Here comes the pitch to Mori. It's a fastball swung on. Ball is lifted into left center field. Racing over is Tatsumi. He makes the catch. And that is going to do it, and that will retire the Seibu Lions here in the 5th inning. There was no runs. There was 1 hit. There were no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 4.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing, the Seibu Lions nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple minutes with the call of the bottom of the 5th inning after this. We're glad you guys could be here with us. What a great night for baseball and a beautiful afternoon in Tohoku. I'm not sure what they're doing, if they're firing off water into the stands or if they're firing T-shirts. But whatever it is, the fans are getting something for their money. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's today's Zero Thought Sports Cards. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. And Katsunori Hirai has completed his warm-up tosses. We're ready to get things going here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles batting order. It means it's going to be Genji, Ryosuke Tatsumi, and Takeru Okajima as they are coming up to face the right-hander for the Seibu Lions. It's been a well-pitched ball game here today, as both of the starting pitchers have been able to keep the offenses off balance. So Genji is going to step in. Genji's average has slipped to 310 on the season. He's got no homers and 13 RBIs, and there's a first pitch fastball swung on, and it almost takes the head off of the pitcher Hirai. That is going to be a leadoff single for Genji here in the fifth inning. So he is aboard as the runner at first base. And that's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So I guess we're about to find out just exactly what kind of game we're in here. Are we going to see Tatsumi square to bunt to try to move Genji into scoring position? Tatsumi is entered the game tonight hitting .270. He had 5 homers and 15 runs batted in. He's 0 for 1 tonight. He flew to center field his first time up. So I'm curious to see how they're going to play this out a little bit. Tatsumi waggles the bat. Let's see if he's going to square to bunt. Hirai ready to go, and they throw over to first, and getting back in time is the runner Genji. Sometimes teams will do that to see if the hitter is going to square. But there was no sign of Tatsumi squaring to bunt in this spot. He can lay it down. They do have the third baseman in on the grass. And here's the pitch, and it is a fastball that misses down, and Tatsumi has no interest in squaring around. So 1 ball and no strikes. Our friend Vivid Life says, nothing worse than a team losing a game they had plenty of chances to win. Yeah, that can be frustrating, especially if you're a coach. You're sitting there watching the game just slip away. You got runners on second and third, and you can't cash them in, and it goes on and on and on. Interesting when you have those things happen. Just looking at a few things here. Our friend in the living room says the Cult Swallows put up 16 yesterday. It's the Swallows and the... Now there is Tatsumi squaring to bunt, and he takes a breaking ball over for a called strike. Now it goes to 1-1. That's not what we normally see from the Golden Eagles. It was a late break to square, and then the ball was a breaking ball that floated in for a called strike. Had a challenge keeping up on some of the other stuff we were talking earlier about. It was in the chat that Alex Manoah of the Blue Jays picked up his 9th win of the season tonight. He's 9-2, I believe, now. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses off the plate. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Tatsumi. The last few days have had just other things to look at. It's hard to sometimes keep up all the time on all the comings and the goings. One thing that did get my attention was the NBA draft yesterday. This is off topic for Japanese baseball, but saw the NBA draft. That was a little bit of drama. There was a breaking ball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 2-2 on Tatsumi. Now, the way this game is shaping up, we may not get a run scored here in the first 9 innings. They did have the runner Genji going on that. That was actually a hit and run. And so Tatsumi, you can understand why he waved at that pitch to protect the runner. So 2 balls and 2 strikes it is to Tatsumi. The runner is Genji. There's nobody out here in the 5th, and Okajima is waiting on deck. So here comes the 2-2 offering, and instead Hirai throws over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Genji. Our friend Vivid Life steps in and says Detroit won the draft. Well, Detroit definitely, well, we'll know in a few years if Detroit won the draft. The Pistons, Troy Weaver definitely making some wheels and deals. There's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count is now 3-2. You have to say, you got to give him hats off. He's trying. Weaver is definitely trying to get things done in Detroit. Wish that could be said about the Major League Baseball team and their general manager. Every time they try to wheel and deal at the big league level, end up getting fleeced. Think of the return for Justin Verlander. The return for JD Martinez, and there's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. And again, Gingy was off to the races on a 3-2 pitch. Living Room jumps in and says, NBA moms are hot. Well, not sure about that one. I'd like to check the alcohol content in your drink there, Living Room. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is to Tatsumi. Arai gets the aside from his catcher, and he's ready to go back to work. He holds the pitch at the belt, and instead he throws over to first base, and diving back in time safely is Gingy. Gingy has been off in motion here. They've tried the hit and run a couple of times. Even with the 3-2 pitch, they've put him in motion, possibly to stay out of a double play. So here comes the offering. And he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to third. A great play by the third baseman, Hiranuma, who picks it up. He throws it on one hop over to first. The only play was to try to get Tatsumi, and that's exactly what he did. Backhanded play. What a great play. That is definitely a web gem. But it is going to advance Gingy over to second base. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Takeru Okajima. Our friend Alexander Leggett said it cost nothing to say that, Living Room. Yeah, absolutely. That's kind of funny. So here we go. Here comes Takeru Okajima to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out looking his first time up. He bats from the left side against the right-hander Hirai, who holds at the belt. Hirai checks the runner, and now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The runner, Gingy, is in scoring position. He is at second base. It's the first time the Golden Eagles have had anybody at second base in the ball game. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded awkwardly by the second baseman, Tanasaki. But he makes the play, and he's going to retire Okajima. That ball was very dangerous. It looked like it might have almost squirted by the second baseman. He let that get a little too deep on him. But in the end, he was able to make the play, and that's going to bring up the catcher, Hikari Oda. For Oda, he is 0 for 1 tonight. His average has slipped to 259. He's got a homer and 5 RBIs on the campaign. The Living Room is definitely going to have to see a breathalyzer or an eye doctor. I'm just thinking of some of those ones last night. I can't necessarily say that I totally agree with you. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Hikari Oda. So Gingy waggles the bat, and here comes the offering from Hirai. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is now 2-0. After this half inning, we'll take a little break. As we said, we've got the Japanese halftime, or we like to call halftime. There is an extended break in between the 5th and the 6th innings. We'll take our little time out ourselves, and we'll come back and look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's lots of action going on around the NPB. Here's the 2-0 offering, and it is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into shallow center field. Moving over underneath it is Ito. He's going to make the catch. And that is going to do it here for the Golden Eagles in their half of the fifth. So for the Golden Eagles, they had a leadoff single. Stranded Ginji over at third. There was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. You're now through 5 complete. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions nothing, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back after our proverbial Japanese halftime in just a couple minutes with all the action. Here is our friend Steve.
Hey guys, and thank you, Freddie. Steve coming back at you. That's right, Steve Rademacher. I would like to thank each and every one of you that is tuned into my channel. And today, let's do a little shout out for some other great channels you should be watching. There is WVlogs 18. There's Big D's Sports and Collectibles. You all know another Hollis build. Why not Like Father, Like Son? That's a great duo that does some great stuff. It shows some great cards. And of course, the one and only Bud Stoney, creators of One of Ones, the creator of One of Ones, and they're all signed on the back. Bud Stoney, One of One, like this beautiful Robin Yount that he made for me. He made me another Robin Yount, this time mini, and a Christian Yelich mini. Great cards, and he does more than cards. We have darts of Hulk Hogan and many other things. So give them a look-see and give me another look-see. Subscribers are always welcome, and back to Freddie.
Welcome back, everybody. We're going to take a quick look at the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll start in the Central League. In the top of the fifth inning, the Murray Giants have got a run back as they have a 7-2 lead on the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. The Giants scored in each of the first 3 innings with 4 runs in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, but the Swallows got 2 back in the fourth. The Giants have now put 1 back on the board. It is a 7-2 lead for the Giants. In the top of the fourth inning, the Hiroshima Toyo Carp have a 5-3 lead over the Yokohama Dada Bay Stars. Bay Stars got on the board with 2 in the bottom of the second, but the Carp came back with 5 in the top of the third. The Bay Stars answered back with 1 of their own in the bottom of the third, and that is where we stand at 5-3. The Hanshin Tigers have a 4-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons. That game's at the Koshin Stadium. The Tigers got 1 in the first and 3 in the second. Chinichi is, and it's still in the bottom of the second as the Tigers are batting still with 2 aboard and 2 away. In the top of the fifth inning, the Oryx Buffaloes are leading the Chibalote Marines 3-0. 3-8-0 for the Buffaloes, 0-3-0 for the Marines. And this game here that you're listening to with us, the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles are knotted up at zeros. Each team has a couple of hits. Nobody's made an error. And it has been a entertaining ball game, to say the least. Pitchers have done a great job of keeping the opposition off balance. Not too many strikeouts in this game. Some well-played defense. Right now, the pitcher, Karashima, has only 1 strikeout to his name. And his counterpart, Harai, has the same. Actually, he's got 2. So there's not a lot of strikeouts, but some good defense. And a lot of ground balls, keeping the hitters off balance. So once again, everybody, we're glad you guys are with us here. We're just going to take a little break here for a moment, and we'll get back to you guys in just a couple moments after this little timeout that we're taking right here.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, ooh, I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter. Big picture, I'm a straight killer. Rising the song to the highest bidder. Got juice, got gas, I'ma move fast. New shoes, new tracks, like who's that? I'm new, come back, better than last. Yeah, it's a new me, never gonna...
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to be cruising to the top of the 6th inning here in just a couple moments. They are watering the infield down in Tohoku. It is a nothing ball game. It is a well-pitched ball game. 65 and 67 pitches so far by the starters in this one here. As both pitchers have been very economical. 65 pitches so far by the Golden Eagles left-hander Kirishima. 67 by Katsunori Hirai, the starter for the Seibu Lions. Both of these starters have been keeping the opposition off balance. It was asked earlier on if they thought 6.5 was going to be covered as an over. And I said, yeah, I think so. Well, maybe 1.5 should have been the over-under on this one because it is looking more and more likely that runs are going to be at a premium in this one here. Only a couple of hits given up by both of the starting pitchers. The Eagles' bullpen is very tough. If they have everybody intact with Matsui in the 9th spot and Chihasung and Raku and the other ones, if it gets into the point where we get to the battle of the bullpens, my money is on the Golden Eagles. So we're going to see how this one plays out. They still have a couple more minutes to go. They're just watering now behind second base. They're going to get this one taken care of, and we'll get back to the live action in just a couple minutes. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a few. It is what we like to call our Japanese halftime, and it is in full swing right now. Glad you guys could be here with us.
Well, you've got to have an ace in the hole, a little secret that nobody knows. Life is a gamble, a game we all play, but you've got to save something for a rainy day. You've got to learn to play your cards right if you expect to win in life. Don't put it all on the line for just one roll. You've got to have an ace in the hole. Yeah.
Appreciate you there, Matt Hollis, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we like to support Matt Hollis after the game. Be sure to check him out. And that is another Hollis build. He's got all kinds of stuff. He is a San Diego native, and he definitely has a lot of entertainment. We'll be back in 30 seconds as they've now completed the infield work. And the pitcher for the Golden Eagles is now going to be heading out there and to complete his warm-up tosses. So Kirishima is getting himself warm. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We are about ready to get going here in the top of the 6th inning, and it is going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up to bat to face the left-hander Wataru Kirishima. It is going to be Shota Hiranuma, Aido, and the top of the order Suzuki Genda. 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the batting order to get things going here against the Tohoku lefty. Each team has got a couple of hits in today's ball game, and the Seibu Lions, both of the hits belong to Shuta Tonosaki. He has singled both of his times to the plate. The only other base runner has been a walk to Seiji Kawagawa, who also has a base on balls. For the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, their base runners in this game have been Hideto Asamura had a single and Genji is singled. And then Atsuki Muto had a walk and was caught stealing back in the third inning. So here we go, back to the live action, and the first pitch delivered from the left-hander Kirishima is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. And Hiranuma is now behind the count 0-1. Hiranuma waiting on the offering here from the lefty who kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is now 0 balls and 2 strikes. So 0-2 to Hiranuma. Kirishima goes back to work. He rocks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-2. Certainly, there are a couple of speeds here. Slow and slower seem to be the offing here tonight. Kirishima rocks into the motion. He kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded over to second. It is fielded neatly by the second baseman Asamura. He throws to first. And Hiranuma is retired on a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th inning. So 1 up and 1 away. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Ito. For Ito tonight, he is 0-1. He grounded out to third his first time up. He got the nod in center field tonight. I don't know if I like him in center field. I definitely like the way that he played right field when we've watched him before. I have to get a better glimpse to see how he covers his ground in center field. And there's a first pitch breaking ball that's taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Those numbers at the plate are a little bit to be desired this year. He's entered the game tonight batting .220, but those numbers have slipped down a little bit. There's a breaking ball swung on. It's grounded over to second. Fielded neatly by Asamura. He throws to first. And Ito is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. So 2 up and 2 have been retired the same way, and that's going to bring up the top of the order as Suzuki Genda. So for Genda, he is 0-2 tonight. He's grounded to first and grounded back to the pitcher. So he steps in on the left side. I wonder if the challenges that the Golden Eagles have used up will come back to haunt them. They're out of challenges in this one. I can see this game all of a sudden going to a challenge. And they burned both of them, and they've lost both of their attempts. There's a breaking ball that misses down to Genda for ball 1, and the count's 1-0. So any bang-bang call or close play the rest of the way might go against the Golden Eagles. They don't have a chance to overturn it. There is a fastball that misses down in the dirt. The count is now 2-0. In a way, I like the way that the manager Ishii quickly called for the challenges on the replays. I like the fact that you can go up and have a look at the broadcast booth and take 30 seconds to decide. Come to him immediately, ask him, did he go or did he not go? Did he do it or did he not do it? The manager for the Golden Eagles makes those decisions quickly, as there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is now 2-1 to Genda. So here comes the offering from the lefty Kirishima, and that is a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count is now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Genda. There's 2 outs here in the inning. There's a breaking ball that misses up and in, and Genda is aboard with a base on balls. And he's got himself a 2-out walk, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Seiji Kawagoe. For Kawagoe, he is 0-1 tonight. He's grounded to first, and he has walked. The right fielder has seen his average slip to 250 on the season. He's got a homer and 6 RBIs. The way these 2 pitchers have been throwing tonight, one would expect that home runs would be at a premium in this one as well. Brian O'Grady, who is on deck, that pitch in the first inning right to the wall in center field. That's been the only trouble so far of potentially seeing a ball leave the yard. There's a breaking ball delivered to Kawagoe that's dropped over for a called strike. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Left-hander holds at the chest level, and here we go He kicks and delivers. It is a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Kawagoe. Kawagoe is a left-handed stick facing the left-hander Kirishima. He's waiting on the offering here as the runner Genda establishes a lead at first. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the runner Genda. Genda on the season has 5 stolen bases. He can run a little bit. Suzuki Genda has got 5, and in the order, Tanasaki has 6. Those are the real threats. Ito also has 6. Genda has been known to run in his younger years. And again, they throw over to first, and again, diving back in time safely. This is Genda's 6th season in the NPB. He stole 37 bases in his rookie year. He is 29 years old. He had 34 in 2018, 30 in 2019. He's progressively lost a step. He had 18 in 2020. And there is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and that's going to run the count now to 1-2. But only 5 so far on this campaign. One would think it'll be a stretch for him to try to get to 20. But he has 148 stolen bases over the course of his career. So let's keep an eye here. If he ends up getting thrown out, you can always start with Kawagoe leading off the next inning. And again, they throw over to first. And again, Genda is back in time. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kawagoe. And here comes the offering from the lefty Kirishima. He kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It is grounded to first. It is fielded neatly right in front of the base by the first baseman Genji, who steps on the bag, and that is going to retire Kawagoe for the 2nd time today on a ground out to the first baseman. So for the Lions in their half of the 6th inning, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now through 5.5. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing, the Seibu Seibu Lions nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in a few with the call of the bottom of the 6th inning. We're glad you guys can be here with us. Here is Steve again.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve, and your support of our channel. And in turn, we'd like to support Steve Rademacher. Be sure to check out his channel after the game for all the crazy things that he can't read the backs of, like O-Pee-Chee baseball cards. So that's going to bring up the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles as they face Katsunori Hirai here in the 6th inning. Hirai is at 67 pitches through his 5 innings of work. Atsuki Muto, Igoro Mochi, and Hiroto Kobakata are the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order to face him. And the first pitch is a fastball line to the second baseman, and Tanasaki crawls the ladder to make the catch, and that is going to retire Muto on 1 pitch. There is 1 away here in the 6th inning. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, imagine my surprise at the lack of runs. maybe the relievers will suck and bring in some hits. Well, the fact of the matter is maybe this game goes all the way to 12 innings at 0-0. We've only seen that a couple of times in recent years. Certainly not last year because they were only playing 9 innings. So Moji steps to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. He is struck out and grounded to second in his 2 trips to the dish, and he takes a breaking ball, catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses inside, and the count is now 1-1 to Moji. We're now approaching 4 p.m. local time in Japan. And the shadows are starting to come out a little bit as the sun is being blocked out across the infield. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed by Moji, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the offering from Harai. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left field. O'Grady holds his ground and he makes the catch. And that is going to retire Moji. He is gone for out number 2. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Hiroto Kobakata. For Kobakata tonight, he is grounded to third and grounded to short. He is 0 for 2. The last time up, they burned a challenge as they thought he might have beaten out the ground ball at first base. The Eagles have no challenges left in this game, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside. And the count is 1-0 to Kobakata. The left-hander Karashima is up and throwing in front of the dugout, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1 to Kobakata. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Harai, who works quickly, delivers a ball, and that count is now 2-1 to Kobakata. Either one of these teams are going to have to fabricate a run. They're going to have to get things going quickly here if they want to do something. I'm going to not be surprised that we aren't going to see the small ball kicking in early, and there's a fastball swung on, and that ball is going to get down in front of the right fielder. A nice play by the right fielder, Kawagoe, to keep that ball in front. And he tried to come in to make the catch. He couldn't make the catch, but he does a good job of smothering it and keeping it in front. But that is going to be a base hit single here with 2 out for Kobakata. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Hideto Asamura. Well, one would think here in this situation, Kobakata's got 7 stolen bases. He is the leader on the team tonight in the stolen base department. One would think that he is going to be getting the green light to go here. He's going to have to try to get himself into scoring position so Asamura can bang him home. And certainly Asamura knows how to do that. He's got 46 runs batted in on the season. Let's keep an eye on Kobakata. I would think first or second pitch, he's going to be off to the races. Alexander Leggett says he's not holding his breath, although it would be impressive if the pitchers kept it 0-0 to the 12th. Absolutely, especially in this game because neither one of these pitchers are power arms. If you had the likes of a Garrett Cole or a Verlander going head-to-head in Major League Baseball, you would say, yeah, that could be the case. There's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-0. Or maybe if you had a Roki Sasaki and a Masato Morishita going head-to-head from the Carp, you could say, yeah, you know what, 9 innings of electricity followed by 3 quality bullpen innings. You could see that as a 0-0 game. And they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is the base runner Kobakata. So 1 ball and no strikes to Asamura. Asamura is 1 for 2 today. He singled in the first inning, and he flew out to right field his last time up. So here's the 1-0 offering. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is popped up behind second base. Suzuki Genda calls for it, and he makes the grab. And that is going to do it. They floundered another opportunity. I'm pretty sure I would have liked to have seen Kobakata try to steal over to second. But instead, that is going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the 6th inning. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 6 complete. It is the Seibu Lions, nothing. The Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles, nothing. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back here for the top of the 7th inning in just a moment. This game is moving quickly. We are glad we could be a part of it here with you tonight. Welcome back, everybody. The left-hander for the Golden Eagles, Wataru Kirishima, is completing his warm-up tosses, and we're ready to get this one back underway. As we move to the top of the 7th inning, it is going to be Brian O'Grady. It'll be Hataka Yamakawa and Shuta Tonosaki, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, coming up to bat to face him here in the 7th inning. O'Grady tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown out to center field twice. His average has dipped to 244 on the campaign. He's got 8 homers to go with 31 runs batted in. And here comes the first pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to O'Grady. O'Grady batting from the left side against the left-hander Kirishima, who rocks into the motion and delivers. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to O'Grady. Kirishima ready to go back to work. He kicks and he delivers. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. O'Grady today has flown out twice to center field. The first inning, he took Ryosuke Tatsumi right to the wall in straightaway center field. And there is a breaking ball that is waved at and missed, and now the count runs to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. The lefty for the Golden Eagles, Kirishima, sure doesn't want to go to full count. He's only been to that territory once so far in the ballgame. Here's the 2-2. There is a fastball that swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Alexander Leggett says, I wonder if they agreed to take the day off like the coaches bet before the game and said both teams could just rest up for the day. Well, certainly when you look at the lineup, there are some pieces that are missing from both sides. Usually the day after a night game does alter the lineup a little bit. There's a fastball that misses down. Now the count is 3-2 to O'Grady. And if they do lose O'Grady on here, you certainly are not going to see the next guy, Yamakawa, bunt anytime soon. He's got 22 home runs to his name. So here's Kirishima. He rocks to the motion and he kicks and delivers. And there is a breaking ball swung on it. It is popped up into shallow center field. Coming in on it is the center fielder, Tatsumi. He's going to make the grab, and that is going to retire O'Grady for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Hataka Yamakawa. For Yamakawa tonight, he has popped to first and flown to left. He is 0 for 2. The big fella, as we said, has 22 homers on the season. One swing of the bat could change the complexion of this game in a big hurry. His average has slipped to 291 on the campaign. So here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that comes inside and it has hit Yamakawa. And that is going to put him at first base. That's certainly what he didn't want to do. But Yamakawa is the runner at first. Our friend Alexander Leggett says that O'Grady's a beast, but not today. I'd like to see O'Grady's batting average pick up a little bit more. But yeah, he looks like when he steps to the plate, you can just see the confidence oozing out of him. I remember last year when the Seibu Lions had Corey Spangenberg. And Spangenberg probably drove the coaches crazy. Alexander says, I'm looking at the over-under at 2.5. I'm thinking the under at 120. As I said, he might want to take the under at 1.5. I wonder what that payout would look like. So here comes the first offering to the second baseman, Tanasaki. It's a fastball that catches the plate just at the knees for 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tanasaki. The runner, Yamakawa, is at first base. He's definitely not fleet of foot, that is for sure. And here comes the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 1 ball and 1 strike. As we mentioned, we're going to see these same 2 teams again tomorrow night. We'll give you the call on that one. That'll go again at 10 o'clock Pacific time or 1 a.m. Eastern. So set your dials to the channel here. We'd be glad to call the balls, all the game for you. There's a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. Grounded past the third base coach's box, and that is now going to run the count to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shuta Tanasaki. Tanasaki has 2 hits tonight for the Seibu Lions. He has 2 singles. He was picked off in the second inning to end the inning. And he was erased in a double play his last time up. So here comes the offering from the lefty, who kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that swung on and fouled straight back. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shuta Tanasaki. Alexander Leggett says the bet is in. I'm not even sweating. At this rate here, you might not even have to take a shower on this one. It's looking pretty good, like it's going to be a very favorable bet if that's what you're doing. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. Kirishima kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is golfed into center field, moving back over to his right and making the grab as Tatsumi Tanasaki struck the ball well. He literally got out his 9-iron and golfed it into center field. The ball there was scorched pretty good, but a little bit of tough luck there as Tatsumi covers the ground to make the grab. That is going to retire Tanasaki for the second out of the inning, and that's going to bring up Jansen Witt. For Witt today, he is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play and struck out his 2 trips to the plate. So Witt steps in, and here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that misses upstairs. They peel down to the first base umpire, and they say it's ball 1. Yeah, Shotgun Shell says all these hours listening with no complaint, no cheerleaders. Yeah, we did say we were working on it, and that actually got buried a little bit. So I send my apologies to you. We'll have to up our game with that one there. We'll get something here going for you in the next couple of weeks when we have some downtime. And there's a breaking ball that is swung on and fouled away. The count is now 1-1. Now, you're going to have to specify what you want there, Shotgun Shell. If you want the Japanese variety, maybe we throw out some old school Dallas Cowboy cheerleader ones, but I think probably what's appropriate is the Japanese cheerleaders for the Japanese games. There's only 8 of the 12 teams have the cheerleaders. So we'll have to make something work for you. So here comes the 1-1 pitch. And there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted to deep left field and back on the warning track. And this one is gone. A home run. A 2-run shot for Jansen Witt. And that is going to put the Saitama Seibu Lions up 2-0. And our friend Alexander Leggett might start sweating now, as that has opened up the scoring for the Saitama Seibu Lions. They have taken a 2-0 lead over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. There didn't look like there was any signs of runs being scored anywhere here. And Jansen Witt absolutely turned on that pitch and drove it into the left field seats. It woke everybody up, including us, because it didn't look like we were going to see any runs scored in this one. Now we've got a 2-0 lead for the Saitama Seibu Lions. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tomoya Mori. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, bring out the cheerleaders with the tiger face paint. Looks like people were leaving here left and right on that one. There's a breaking ball swung on, and it's grounded past Hideto Asamura through the 4-hole for a base hit. And Mori is aboard with a single. That's going to bring up Shota Hiranuma, third baseman, and it's going to bring a trip from the pitching coach out to the mound, as they've got to do a little bit of that. Alexander Leggett says his bet must have done it. Woke up the people over here, said, hey, look, we need some runs. Let's put our bet down. So 97 pitches for Kirishima so far. And his 6 2/3 innings of work. He's got the 8 and 9 hitters here with 2 away to have to face. One would think if it goes to the top of the order, his day will be done. So Hiranuma steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2. He is flown up to right field, and he is grounded to the second baseman. And here comes the first offering from Kirishima. It is a fastball that misses down for 1-0, and the count is he's fallen behind on here to Hiranuma. So 1 ball and no strikes. The lefty Kirishima holds at the chest, and he delivers. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the way the count is 2-0. If I'm the Golden Eagles, I think we've got a 5-alarm blaze going on in the bullpen. They need to get somebody up quickly here, as it looks like that the lefty Kirishima has finally hit a wall. 2 balls and no strikes it is to Hiranuma. And here comes the pitch. It is a fastball that is taken for a called strike, and the count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. The lefty for the Golden Eagles comes to the set. He's got the ball right up at face level. Here's the pitch. It is a fastball that swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. That runs the count to 2-2 now on Hiranuma. The center fielder, Ito, is waiting on deck should he have an opportunity to come to the plate here with 2 away in the 7th. So Kirishima holds at the chest, and then he raises it up to around his face. Comes the 2-2 offering. He kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats on the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Alexander Leggett says all you had to do was keep sucking, and he couldn't even do that. I wonder if you were talking about Jansen Witt, because Jansen Witt has not had a good start to his campaign there in the NPB. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed. And Hiranuma is down on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. But the damage has been done as the Lions get 2 runs in the inning on the 2-run homer by Jansen Witt. There were 2 runs, there were 2 hits, there were no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 6.5. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions 2, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We're going to have a pitching change. We'll be back after this, and we're glad you guys could be with us for the home stretch. Bottom of the 7th coming up in just a minute. If you stick around, the living room is going to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" for you. Be great for us to have them do that. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Back, everybody. Be sure after the game to check out Matt Hollis and Another Hollis Build. But we do have a pitching change as Katsunori Harai's day is done. As he worked 6 innings of play, we do have another change in the ball game as well. I have a couple of moves for you here as the Lions are moving stuff around. Some of them we'll have to get for you a little bit later in terms of when the players are going to be in the lineup. But number 69, a right-hander, is in the game, and this is Yoshinobu Mizukami. He is going to be taking over. So Yoshinobu Mizukami in the ball game. And he is going to be facing Hiroki Shimochi, who takes a breaking ball for a called strike. Boy, if I'm Shimochi, I kind of feel like I'm robbed on that one. That pitch was definitely looking like it was on the outside corner. That's the way it goes. So 1 strike it is to Shimochi. For Mizukami, this is his 28th appearance this year. He's 1-1 on the season. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2 on Shimochi. Mizukami has worked 26 2/3 innings. He's allowed 13 hits. He's walked 9. He struck out 17, and he's pitched to a 1.01 ERA. It's his second season with the big club. He was originally a 2020 training player draft. So he is in his second year with the Alliance. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Shimochi. This game here has suddenly gotten interesting with a couple of runs on the board. Eagles are going to have to start flapping their wings to find a way back into this in front of the home crowd. It's a nice, healthy crowd at Tohoku for this one. So here's the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count goes to 2-2 on Shimochi. Shimochi will be followed by Ginji and Ryosuke Tatsumi here in the 7th inning as the heart of the Eagles batting order, who are coming up to face the right-hander as I say, Yoshinobu Mizukami. So here comes the offering. It is a breaking ball that misses down, and he sure wanted that pitch. It's now 3-2 to Shimochi. So apologize if I misenunciate any of the names. Mizukami is the right-hander who is in taking over. And Shimochi is the hitter at the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Mizukami holds at the belt, and now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses inside. And Shimochi is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Genji. For Genji on the ball game, he is officially 1 for 2. He singled his last time up. He's also grounded out to the shortstop. So we're looking at the changes, not just the pitching changes, but also the defensive changes. I haven't been able to detect anything yet. It looks like Ito has now moved into left field. And it is Nishikawa who is now in at center. Nishikawa has come into the game for Brian O'Grady. And he'll hit in O'Grady's spot. So we'll get that information when they come up. So O'Grady out of the lineup and Nishikawa in, with Ito moving to left field. And there's a pitch. It is a fastball that misses down to Genji, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. So that's Manaya Nishikawa, who is the replacement. And here's the pitch. It is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away by Genji. The count is now 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. So we have Aha, you lose in the house, and he asks, can Rakuten win? Well, the way this game has been going, we weren't sure we were going to see too many runs. So I think, yes, they can still win because the bullpen for the Lions is not in the class of the Golden Eagles, in my opinion. But they've got their work cut out for them, as there is 1 on and nobody out here in the 7th inning. There's a fastball that misses outside. The count is now 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Genji. The runner at first is Shimochi. The Eagles find themselves in a 2-0 deficit after that home run in the top of the inning by Jansen Witt. And here comes the offering from the right-hander Mizukami, and it is a fastball that is swung on and fouled away. The count is now 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our friend Aha, you lose. He says he's from France. Well, we appreciate you listening in from France. We do have some French listeners that do come into the stream from time to time. Here comes the 2-2 offering. Hopefully you can make it in here again tomorrow night. We'll be back at it again. There's a fastball that misses inside to Genji, and now the count runs full. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Genji. Genji waiting on the offering from Mizukami. We're going to see if they're going to put the runner Shimochi in motion. I'm curious to see if they're going to try to stay under the double play. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And Genji waiting on the offering from the right-hander. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball swung on and fouled away. And the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Genji. And they did have Shimochi in motion. He is hauled back on that one there. Shimochi was definitely running on the play. We have our friend the living room offering up his French. In other words, he said, house by the side of the road. Or that's what he wants to say. And there is a breaking ball that is delivered, taken for a called 3rd strike. Shimochi is on the run, and he is thrown out trying to steal second. That's going to go down, caught stealing. 2-6 for the second out. Genji called out on strikes looking for the first out. It was 2 for the price of 1. That's what they get there, and that is going to be a tough situation for the Eagles. It wasn't even close at second base. Throw came down. They got him in more than enough time. That's going to bring up the center fielder, Ryosuke Tatsumi. So Tatsumi steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2 tonight. He's flown to center and grounded out, and he takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yeah, that was a very easy double play, says our friend Alexander. It was too easy. Called third strike looking. I don't know what he was looking at or looking for. I'm a little curious here because it looks like we may still see the starting pitcher for the Golden Eagles. It doesn't look like he's taking the rest of the night off. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count is 1-1 to Tatsumi. The Eagles need to find a way to get one back. Our friend from France is giving us his best. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and the count is 1-2. Always can have some fun. Our friend in the living room says that we're gaslighting him. Yeah, a little bit. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tatsumi. Here's the offering. There's a fastball that misses inside. The count is 2-2. We got 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tatsumi. There's 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. He waggles the bat, and he's waiting on the offering from the right-hander, Mizaki. He checks the sign from his catcher, Mori, and now he's ready to go to work. And here comes the 2-2, and it is a fastball that misses inside, and now the count is 3-2. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, what's been your impression of Tatsumi? It's a good question. I remember seeing Tatsumi play last year, and if I'm not mistaken, last year, they had him hitting on both sides of the plate. He was one of the rare Japanese players that were switch hitting, and it looks like now they've just settled on him to hit from the left side. Last year, I remember him hitting a home run, right-handed. In fact, it was the start of the season. It was the opening day. There's a breaking ball that is swung on and missed, and Tatsumi has gone on strikes for the 3rd out of the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. I'll come back and give you some more thoughts on him in a few minutes. We're now through 7 complete. It is the Seibu Seibu Lions 2, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the top of the 8th inning in just a couple minutes. We're glad you guys could be here. Here's our friend Steve.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OPC baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. We have a left-hander on the mound that is coming in to replace the left-hander that was on the mound. It's Yuki Watanabe coming in. He is replacing the starter, Haro Kirishima, whose day is now done. For the left-hander, Watanabe, this is his 6th appearance on the season. He has no record. He has 6 innings pitched. He's allowed 5 hits. He has walked 1. He has struck out 5. He has only given up one earned run, which is equaling a 1.50 ERA. So Watanabe in. Starter Kirishima is out. We're talking a little bit about the impressions of Tatsumi. One of the things that I have to say is I think Tatsumi, in my opinion, is last year he started off well. It looked like the NPB had made some adjustments to him, and he was able to adjust back. I do think Tatsumi's best years may be ahead of him. He is a young fella, and I think that as he gets some experience, or more experience, he's going to settle down a little bit more. But I do like him. I like the way that he plays his position. I like the way that he runs. So I am not against him per se. I do like some of the things that he has to offer. There's a first pitch breaking ball that is delivered to Okajima, or sorry, that is delivered to Ido for a ball. The count is 1-0. There's a fastball that misses inside. Now the count is 2-0. So Tatsumi, in my opinion, it's his fourth season in the NPB. It looks like he is adjusted back. This is his best year so far offensively in terms of average. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. I'd like to see if his power is going to play out a little bit more. And he can run decently. He's not a big-time stolen base guy. He's going to get you maybe 10 to 15 this year. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is now 3-1. So I think if he can keep this up throughout the season here and end up batting about 270, 280, I think he's on the right curve. He's 25 years old. He won't turn 26 till after the season. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving back onto the warning track and making the catch is Muto. A ball that was struck well by Ido, but right to Muto. That is going to retire Ido for the first out of the inning, and that will bring the top of the order, Suzuki Genda, to the plate. So that's my 2 cents on Tatsumi. A friend of the living room says a balloon chicken is on the field in Tokyo. This play is halted. We'll have to go and get the highlights of that one. And here comes the first pitch to Genda. It's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-0. So back to Alexander Leggett. He goes, I feel he's got upside for sure. I could see him. I don't know if he'll ever get into the stratosphere of a player like Yuki Yanagita for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks. He might be a poor man's Yanagita. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field. Coming in hard on it is the left fielder, Okajima. He makes the catch. That is going to retire Genda for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Seiji Kawagoe. Our living room says it's probably a rally chicken. It's got to be better than what the Chibalote Marines had getting hatched out of the, whatever that was last year, out of an egg or something. Whatever that mascot is that they retired. There's a first pitch. Breaking ball delivered to Kawagawa that misses outside. The count is 1-0. Kawagawa tonight is officially 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first base twice. He's also walked, and he's taken a breaking ball over for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And here's the 1-1 offering. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kawagawa. Now here comes the 1-2 offering. That is a breaking ball that is swung on. It's broken the bat. It's grounded over to third. It's fielded by Moji over to first. Kawagawa is gone on a ground out 5-3 for out number 3 here, and that will do it for the Lions in their half of the 8th inning. So they had no runs, there were no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. It is the Saitama Seibu Lions 2, the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a couple of moments with the call of the bottom of the 8th inning. We're glad you guys could be here. Here's another Hall of Fame memory.
Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the game and Last Raps Baseball. It's Dave's Zero Thought Sports Card. If you like pack openings, baseball, all that good stuff, check us out. Drop a comment on our channel this month to win a mystery pack of cards. All you gotta do is say Last Rap sent you to be entered. And we'll drop a video later on this month announcing the winner. Enjoy the game.
Welcome back, everybody. We have a pitching change for the Seibu Lions. It is going to be Kaima Taira coming into the game. The third pitcher used by the Alliance tonight. This is going to be his 34th appearance. He's 1-2 on the season. He's worked 31 in the third innings, allowing 16 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 46. The microscopic ERA of 0.57. He is taking over on the hill today. The bottom third of the batting order for the Eagles. It'll be Okajima, Oda, and Muto slated to come to bat here in the bottom of the eighth inning. So Okajima steps in. He's 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out and a strikeout. He takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Taira delivers a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 1-1. So we are getting into the deep water now. The Eagles are looking for some instant offense, whatever they can do, or maybe some instant runs. There's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is now 2-1 to Okajima. As you can pretty much bank on it that it'll be Masuda in for the 9th. If Taira can keep it here and hold it here as much as he possibly can. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It goes to 2-2. Masuda has 19 saves on the season. He is the closer who has even a more microscopic ERA. The breaking ball that misses, and catcher Mori sure didn't like that call as he held the ball in the glove for quite a while. But he did not get the call there. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. And there is a breaking ball swung on. It is grounded to second, fielded by Tonosaki over to first. And that is going to do it. It's going to go a ground out 4-3 for out number 1 here in the 8th inning. Our friend Alexander Leggett says, "Dear Eagles, if you're going to suck and not make things interesting for all the times I've been hoping for late comebacks, don't start now. Or maybe don't stop now." Yeah, this guy's been on an ungodly run, Taira, and also Masuda, the back end of the bullpen. It is generally lights out. I got 5 outs to go here. And so it is going to be a pinch hitter. We got Daichi Suzuki coming in to hit for the catcher Oda. And the first pitch to Suzuki is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So Suzuki, a left-handed stick. He didn't get the start today, nor did Nishikawa. So no balls and 1 strike to Suzuki. There's a fastball swung out and fouled away, and the count is now 0-2. Welcome to the game. You got to face Taira, and you're in the hole quickly, 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Daichi Suzuki. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses outside. Now the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And there is a fastball that swung on from Taira, and that ball is lifted into the seats down the third base line. That's going to keep the count at 1-2. We'll be checking the out-of-town scoreboard and giving you all the finals after the game. A lot of ugly scores around the NPB tonight. This game here so far has been the most competitive, and probably the Carp and Bay Stars as well. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Suzuki. So Daichi Suzuki giving Taira a bit of a battle here. And there is a pitch that's down in the dirt. It is swung on and missed. And Suzuki is going to be retired on a strikeout 2-3 for out number 2, and that is going to leave it up to Atsuki Muto. could tell that Suzuki was completely fooled on that pitch. So here comes Muto to the plate. He is 0 for 1 today. He lined out to the second baseman his last time up. He walked and was caught stealing back in the third inning. It's one of the challenges that were used and wasted by the Eagles. And there's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. We got our friend Sauce Up Game in the house. He is on Twitter. We appreciate you being here. We're doing great tonight, and hopefully you can make it out tomorrow night again. We'll be back on the airwaves again at 10 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. As there's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-2. And so Tyra kicks and delivers. That ball is down in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-2 now to Muto. It has been a low-scoring affair in this one. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Our friend Alexander Leggett says these pitches have been a little bit tricky. Yeah. It's been a tough one here. And there's a fastball that is taken for a called third strike. Muto stood there like the house by the side of the road, watched it go by for out number 3. And that is going to do it here for the Eagles in their half of the 8th inning. So for the Saitama Seibu Lions, they hold them no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We are now through 8 complete. It is 2-0. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. With the call of the top of the 9th inning, the Lions and the Eagles are down to their last wraps. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Glad you guys could be here. Welcome back, everybody. There is going to be a pitching change for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. It is going to be a right-hander coming into the game. This is going to be number 31. I hope I can say this name properly. This is Yuya Fukui. We can mess that one up, and we could get ourselves into some trouble with the CRTC. I don't think we're going to have any issues there. Yuya Fukui coming into the ball game, and he is going to be taking over here. He'll be the third pitcher used by the Golden Eagles tonight. And they are down 2-0 here in the 9th inning. Our friend Sauce Up Game says he was at the Little Caesars Arena draft party and said about the Pistons nailing it last night. And I think you're absolutely correct. For those of you who are Detroit Piston fans who listen in, absolutely did the Pistons nail that for sure. Lots of good stuff coming up for those guys. So this is going to bring up Manaya Nishikawa to the plate. He came in as a defensive replacement for Brian O'Grady. He is 0 for 10 on the season. And he steps in to face the first pitch from the right-hander Fukui, and he takes a fastball for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Nishikawa. Fukui rocks to the motion and delivers. It's a changeup that is swung on, is grounded softly over to first. It is fielded neatly by Genji. He applies the tag to the runner, and that is going to do it for Nishikawa. He is out on a ground out to the first baseman for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the designated hitter, Hataka Yamakawa. Yamakawa is 0 for 2 tonight. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run his last time up. He's also popped to first and flown out to left. The big fella has 22 home runs on the campaign, and here comes the first offering from Fukui. And it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike. There is a replacement behind the plate as Tanaka has now come in to catch for Oda, who left the game for the pinch hitter Suzuki. So that is the change for the Golden Eagles. Here's the 0-1 offering. It's a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is now 1-1. The big fella Yamakawa enjoying a very, very solid campaign this year. And here comes the offering from Fukui. It is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's been a bit of an odd night tonight, as some of our patrons who've listened in have called it an early night. We did, however, post a poll tonight, so if you get a chance, there's a breaking ball swung on. It has popped up over on the first base side. Looks like there's going to be room. Genji makes the catch. That is going to retire Yamakawa for the second out of the inning. That is going to bring up Shuta Tonosaki. For Tonosaki, he is 2 for 3 tonight. He's got 2 singles, and he flew out to center field his last time up. So Tonosaki steps to the plate with 2 gone here in the 9th inning. But here comes the first offering from Fukui. It's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the third base side. The count is quickly 0-1. This game here tonight has had some tempo and pace to it for sure. One of the quicker games of the NPB season, and we knock on wood because it still could go extra innings. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Friend Sauce-Up Game says it looks like Riley Green is the real deal. Yeah, it looks like Riley Green has stepped into the lineup and has been instant offense. There's a fastball that swung on and fouled away, and the count is 1-2. Sauce-Up Game says he's got all the tools, defense, offense, and speed. I think that Riley Green, in my opinion, though, would be better served to be in the corner outfield. I'm not sure I like him as a center fielder. In fact, I probably like Derek Hill better. There's a breaking ball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Tonosaki on strikes for the third out of the inning. So the Lions go quietly in their half of the inning. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're through 8.5. We're going to the bottom of the 9th inning. It is the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles trailing the Seibu Lions 2-0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be right back with the call at the bottom of the 9th inning. We're glad you guys could be here.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Masuda time, and this is going to be the right-hander for the Seibu Lions, and that is Katsushi Masuda. Masuda, the veteran right-hander, is appearing in the 27th game of the season. He is 1-0. He's got 19 saves. He's worked 26 innings, allowing 14 hits, 4 walks, striking out 19, and he's got an even more microscopic ERA than our friend Kyra, who pitched the last inning. He's at 0.35. That is what we have here. It is Masuda in on relief. He is looking to close this one out here for the Seibu Seibu Lions. And what's he going to have to face? Well, it's going to be the top of the order. Goro Mochi, Hiroto Kobakata, and Hideno Asamura. The 1, 2, 3 hitters in the batting order. So no easy task for the right-hander Masuda. Our friend Sauce-Up Game says he wishes that Derek Hill could get on base a bit more so he could be playable. Yeah, very much so. He is a poor man's Gary Pettis is what it's looking like. He needs to bunt and take more walks. I also would agree with that. He's probably going to be batting at 9th in the order, and there's a first pitch fastball swung on. It is grounded over to first. It's fielded by Witt. He flips it to Masuda, who beats Moji there in time. It's going to go down as a ground out. That's going to go down 3-1 in the books for out number 1, and that's going to bring up Hiroto Kobakata. So 1 up and 1 away. And it's not looking like the offense for the Eagles is going to wake up here in time, as they are facing a buzzsaw pitchers right now for the Seibu Seibu Lions. So Masuda ready to go back to work. 1 pitch and 1 away here in the 9th. And Kobakata is at the plate. And here's the first offering. It is a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1 ball and no strikes. Kobakata tonight is 1 for 3. He singled back in the 6th inning. He's also grounded to third and grounded to short. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is now 1-1. Our friend Alexander Leggett said it's an absolute meat grinder of pitching here. Absolutely. The Lions bullpen is lights out. I said earlier on, I said if I had to take my choice between the Lions and the Eagles bullpen, I would have said the Eagles would have been my choice, but not so much. There's a fastball that misses upstairs. The count is 2-1. I mean, the Eagles bullpen with Araku, Sung, and Matsui is pretty formidable. So here comes the 2-1 offering. Masuda kicks and delivers. It's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to run the count now to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. The light hitting shortstop waiting on the offering now at 2-2. Masuda holds at the belt. And now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball that misses up and away, and the count is now 3-2. Masuda does not want to walk somebody here to put the tying run or to bring the tying run to the plate. And certainly, Kobakata here is not somebody who's going to run into a pitch to hit a home run. So pitch to him. Let him see what he can do. So here comes the 3-2 offering. Masuda delivers. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to reach the seats down the right field line. Keeps the count at 3-2. Make this guy hit his way on. Certainly don't want to have a free pass issued to this fella. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. Eagles are down to their final 2 outs here to try to get something off of the Lions bullpen. So here comes the 3-2 offering. Masuda kicks and fires. It as a fastball swung on and grounded foul just past the bag at first base. Going to keep the count at 3-2. Our friend Sauce-Up Game says Javi Baez finally woke up. Yeah, he hit a grand slam tonight, I guess, against the Diamondbacks, but when you play against the Diamondbacks, does it really count? That's the honest question. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Kobakata. He waits on the offering from Masuda, who kicks and delivers. And it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. It's going to keep the count at 3-2. That last pitch was up in the zone, and Kobakata did a good job of firing the bat out to foul it off. I want to go check out Baseball Savant. I'd like to know how many pitches that Javi Baez swings at that are out of the strike zone. What's his chase rate? So here comes the 3-2 offering from Masuda. kicks and he delivers. And it's a fastball swung on. This ball is lined right to the first baseman, Jansen Witt. What a great play by Witt to leap to come down with that one. Kobakata has got to be snake bitten. He hit that ball right on the screws. But he is retired for the second out of the inning, and that's going to leave it up to Hideo Asamura. Kobakata, excellent job of keeping the hands inside the ball, really turned on the pitch. Witt crawls the ladder to bring that down. Not much you can do on that. He hit the ball hard. Now that brings up Hideo Asamura to the plate. So for Asamura tonight, he is 1 for 3. He's got a single, a flyout, and a pop-out. He takes a first pitch fastball for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Yep, Alexander said that was a good one by Witt. Yeah, that was a nice catch. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball. It's swung on, grounded up the middle. It's fielded by Tanasaki as Genda had cut in front of him. And Tanasaki throws out Asamura at first to end the ball game. It goes as a ground out, 6-3 for the third out of the inning. So for the Golden Eagles, there was no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. That is a shutout for the Seibu Seibu Lions over the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to give you the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll call it a night.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We've got the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles and the Seibu Seibu Lions played to a final score of 2-0 here, with the Lions winning. We are going to look at first of all, we're going to look at the Central League on the out-of-town board. And it is a 15-4 lead for the Amuri Giants over the Tokyo Yakult Swallows. Right now, they're in the bottom of the seventh inning with a couple out. 15-0 for the Giants, 4-7-1 for the Swallows. Lots of home runs in this game. The Giants, Masuda hit his third, Morrow hit his 14th, Walker hit his 16th, Yuasa hit his first, and Gregory Polanco has hit 2, gives him 10 on the season. Nori Aoki has homered for the Yakult Swallows. Again, your score is 15-4. Matt Shoemaker got the start for the Giants. Cy Sneed had the start for the Swallows. Both of those pitchers left after their fifth inning. Shoemaker left after 5 1/3. That is where that game is standing right now. In the top of the eighth inning, the Hiroshima Carp are clinging to a 5-4 lead over the Okaba Dana Bay Stars. Hiroshima scored all their runs in the third inning. The Bay Stars got 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the seventh. And that have cut into the lead. It is in the top of the eighth inning. In that one, there have been no homers in that ball game. Morishita got the start for the Carp. Hamaguchi got the start for the Bay Stars. Hamaguchi has already been chased in that one. The Hanshin Tigers have a 9-0 lead over the Chinichi Dragons. That is in the bottom of the sixth inning at the Koshin. 9-11-2 so far for the Tigers. 0-6-1 for Chinichi. That is where that game stands. And the only other game that is going on in the Pacific League, as there is a late start, the Oryx Buffaloes have a 4-0 lead over the Chiba Lotte Marines. 4-14-0 for Oryx, 0-5-0 for Chiba. That game is in the bottom of the ninth. The Marines are clinging to their final out. Here, your story was this. It was pretty simple. The Seibu Seibu Lions on a 2-run homer in the seventh inning by Jansen Witt knocked off the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles. Final score is 2-0. 2-4-0 for the Lions, 0-3-0 for the Golden Eagles. Harai gets the win for the Lions. He goes to 4-4. A save goes to Masuda. He hits his 20th of the season. Kirishima, who takes the loss for the Golden Eagles. He did a pretty good job in his start. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you all for being here tonight. We are going to call these same two teams tomorrow night, so hopefully you can join us then. Sauce-up game for stopping in. The living room, Fluby Debop, who is Alexander Leggett. We appreciate all you guys for being here. We also saw some other ones that popped in, including Aha You Lose from France. We had Shotgun Shell in the house. We had our friend as well. We had Vivid Life popped his head in. We also had Josh S., Mr. Cap, Rainia, everybody else who was in listening to the game at one point in time. All right, everybody, once again, we appreciate it. It's been another Last Wraps Baseball production. Come on back and see us again tomorrow night. We're going to do it all over again. Same two teams, same place, same time. Have a great night, everybody. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 10 Pacific, 1 a.m. Eastern. We'll do it all over again, same two teams. Have a great night.